piece for each one of these warm-up exercises. Trying to warm ourselves up relatively slowly so we can get into this harder stuff. We're doing each one of these for 30 seconds a piece, starting off with a side step arm across, just nice and slow, stepping left to right. Bring the foot back behind you, those arms crossed over top. Make sure you're switching which arm is on top every single time. Relatively minor differences, but they make a big difference in the long run. So just make sure you're not always doing the same side over top each time. We're doing a side lunge to an overhead reach coming up next, 5 seconds. All right, feet out nice and wide, lunge off to one side, big stretch, and same thing off to the other side, big stretch. Trying to limber up those hips as well as that torso. Keep those lungs open. Doing a slow butt kicker plus arm circles next. Alright, stand back up. So nice and slow, that butt kicker motion. Also, a nice big arm circle. Squeeze that heel to your butt as tight as you can each time. This isn't about a really quick movement like you would with a normal butt kicker. This is more just to limber up those legs. So alternating that arm circle with a nice squeeze heel to butt each time. Alright, we're going to do a torso twist with the knee. So on the third time, you're going to lift the knee. 1, 2, 3, alternating which knee comes up. If you're doing 3 rotations, that's the pattern you're going to be doing anyway. So it should be relatively easy to follow into that every other. Alright, we're going to a windmill toe touch next, so feet really nice and wide apart. Arms out to the side, you're going to go down, touch one toe, come back up to center, same thing, off the other side, and back up. Just keep alternating back and forth. Trying to get as low down to that foot as you can with every single repetition. Trying to make sure those legs stay nice and straight. We're doing a squatting push-pull next. So get to a squat position. So feet about shoulder width apart. You're gonna squat down, press away from yourself, pull in as you come back up. Squat, push away, stand up, pull it in. Make sure that weight is evenly dispersed between heel and toe. If anything, leaning more into that heel than your toe. Just squat down as low as is comfortable. If you're not quite warmed up enough yet, if you're feeling like those hips are a little stiff or those knees are a little stiff, just limit that range of motion. All right, we're doing a boxer shuffle next. So, just nice and light on those toes. You want to take the impact out of it. Just gonna be kind of rocking back and forth on those feet. Otherwise, try to warm up that ankle complex, those calves a little bit more. About 10 seconds left on this one, then we're gonna be doing some walk downs. Just keep those lungs open. Let it relax. We're going to do a walk down, so feet about shoulder width apart, straight down towards the toes as low as you can go, and walk those hands out to a full plank, and come right back up. If you want to do a push-up at the bottom, you can, but remember, we're not really trying to work ourselves too much here. We're just trying to warm those muscles up a little bit. Leg comes up and out to the side, and the same thing on the other. Trying to keep those hips facing straight forward each time. So a little bit of a hop on that foot, kind of similar to that boxer shuffle. A little different footwork. You can also take that bounce out of it if you want to make this a little bit lower impact. Doing an up and out jack next. So in the front, and then out to the sides. So basically it's a regular jumping jack mixed with a ventral jack. So keep those lungs open, keep that shoulder nice and tight, keep that arm rigid. Don't just swing those arms around. You want to feel like those arms are under control the entire time. And let that relax. Take a nice deep breath. Try to recover a little bit. We're going to go straight into our first round or first group of exercises here. Remember, we got a cardio one and strength. Then core, they're going to be moving pretty quickly. So make sure you take a look at what the strength exercise is so you have that weight ready to go. See you in just a second. All right, everyone, we're going to be doing each one of these exercises for 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. So we're moving pretty quickly between these exercises. We're going to be starting off with a top squat. Then we're moving on to a sumo squat, clean and press, and then an X crunch. So that's our first group. Remember, we're doing each one of these twice before we move to the next. So we're not going to come back around. It's A, A, B, B, C, C, and then we'll move to the next group. All right, with that said, make sure you have your weight ready for that strength section if you're using weights. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get ready for that pop squat. We'll be starting here in just a second. So take a nice deep breath. Remember that pop squat is going to be really close and out to the side. All right, 5 seconds left. We're doing this 20 seconds. Push yourself nice and hard. This is our cardio portion. So just a slightly lighter version of a squat jump. If you want to make it harder, just go straight into a regular squat jump. Just skip that little pop in the middle. All right, 10-second break. We're going to start right back into that again. So again, you can choose whether or not you want to do these pop squats or make it a little harder for yourself and do just straight jump squats. All right. Try to get nice and low every single time you do this. How far out you kick those legs is up to you. You can go full sumo, get those legs really wide, or you can just do a traditional squat down the middle. All right, let that relax. We've got sumo squat plus a clean and press. So I'm going to be using 24 pounds for this, just for your reference. All right, so feet really nice and wide. You're going to drop down, pop them up, and then over your head. Nice and slow down. Pop them up, and all the way over your head. So all of this should be driving from those legs. And let it relax. All right. Like I said, all this should be driving from your legs. You should be using momentum driven from those legs to get this thing going. Those arms shouldn't really have to do much here at all. You notice this is a lot more difficult than a traditional squat because you don't have as much range of motion on those knees from that sumo squat position. All right, that's our 2. Let it relax. Drop down onto the ground. We are doing an X squat next. So flat on your back, feet together, hands behind your head. Bring your right arm across to your left foot and back. Then left to right, right to left. So kind of crunch a bit diagonally rather than straight down towards those toes. All right, let it relax for just a second. We're gonna do that one more time. This is gonna be our last exercise for this group. We're gonna move straight into our second group. So feet together again. Crunch across. Try to keep those core muscles nice and tight. You're not letting them relax when you drop down. You're keeping those core muscles, those abdominal muscles tense. Keep it going. All right, go and stand up. We're moving straight into runners. So plant your left foot. Your right foot's gonna be doing all the movement. So slight lunge in that left knee. Right knee is just coming forward. If you want to get your actual running motion with those arms, you can do it like so. Pumping those arms back and forth. If you want more of a kind of a crunch movement, you can use kind of like a knee if you would in kickboxing. All right, let that relax. We're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. We're switching here, so plant that right leg this time. Left one's doing all the work. Remember, you can do your running movement with those arms, or a knee kind of position, whichever feels more comfortable to you. All right, let it relax. We're moving into our strength exercise, which is a deadlift and a close row. So I'm going to use about the same amount of weight. So deadlift down, palms facing in, close row up, and come back up. Keep that back flat, pressing that chest forward. So if anything, you're feeling like you have a bow in your back or a dip in your back as opposed to a round. All right, let that relax for just a second. We're gonna do that right again. Another 20 seconds. Deadlift down, close row at the bottom, and stand back up from that deadlift. Remember, we're doing a straight leg deadlift here, so those legs are staying relatively straight, all that movement coming from that hip joint. That relax. We're moving to our core exercise, which is a back bow jack, flat on your stomach. Start with those arms and legs nice and wide. You're gonna lift them up off the ground and down, straighten them out, up and down, back out. You wanna make it a lot more difficult, hover. Relax. Got one more of those, and we get a water break. As if I've done my counting right. All right, let's go. Back bow jack. That relax. All right, I did count right. The timer is done, which means we get a little bit of a water break. Go grab a drink of water, take a look at what our next two groups are to pick out some weight for that strength exercise. Otherwise, I'll see you in just a second. All right, we have two more groups to go. Same exact pattern, different exercises. Let me get my timer started here. Starting off with jumping lunges. You can do just an alternating lunge if you want a lower impact. Otherwise, follow along with me with that jumping lunge. All right, get ready? And start it up. Just back and forth. Trying to make sure you have your weight evenly dispersed between front and rear leg. Nice full range of motion on each one of them. Try not to land hard. You want to absorb as much of that shock as you can. And let it relax. You got one more round of those. And start them up. Remember, you can do just an alternating lunge, forward lunge, step out if you prefer. Take that impact out. Otherwise, following along with me for this jumping lunge. All right, let that relax. We are moving on to a curtsy lunge plus a curl. I'm using 16 pounds per hand for this one. So, step behind you, across slightly, come back up, curl to the top. Curtsy lunge behind you, the opposite side, curl to the top. If you want to try to get a little more combination movement, you can, just by trying to stack those movements together. Just be very, very clear on that form for each one. If you want to curl, you go down. That's also an option. Or curl as you come back up, drop as you go down. All right, that's our strength. Which means we're going on to our core, which is windshield wipers. I'm laying flat on my back for this one. Legs straight up above your head or bent at a 90-degree angle for the easier version. Just gonna rotate left to right as far as you can comfortably without letting that opposite shoulder lift up off the ground. Keeping those core muscles nice and tight. Instead of full extension, the harder version. Let that relax for just a second. We'll do one more of those. And then we're gonna do our last group. All right. Windshield wipers, as much range of motion on those legs as you can. Rotating left to right. Keeping those shoulders pinned to the ground. Your hips can rock up side to side, but your shoulders need to stay plastered to the ground. Again, if you want a little easier version, you can bend those knees. And let that relax. Go ahead and jump up. Actually, we're gonna be down in planks for the last three. So we're doing a lizard hop next. So stand nice and low. Hopping those feet in and out. Stand as low to the ground as you can. All right, let it relax. We do one more set of those. Let it relax. We're going to do a push-up plus a row next. I'm just going to use one dumbbell here. So, push-up from that plank, row, push-up, row. One more of those. Try to recover as best you can. Push up. Row. Push up. Row. Try to keep those shoulders straight down to the ground if you can. Alright, let that dumbbell drop. We're doing a plank to T stabilization next. Ooh, I'm getting tired, I don't know about you. Alright, so plank to T stabilization, plank, T stabilization on the other side. Alternate back and forth, keep those lungs open, a little bit of a pause at each position. All right, let that relax. We got one more set. We're gonna get another water break. All right, plank, T stabilization, plank to T stabilization. If you wanna make it really hard, stack those feet. Makes those core muscles have to work harder. Try one more on the other side real quick. We're balanced. Relax. All right. Take a little bit of a break. Grab a drink of water. All we have left is our cool down and stretch. We'll see you in just a second for that. All right, all we have left is our cool down and stretch. We're doing each one of these for 30 seconds apiece, starting off with an arm across stretch. So take a nice deep breath in, pull your left arm across in front of your chest, grab the right, keep it nice and close to that neck, and then just hold it there, breathing normally. Remember, there's a cool down, so you're still feeling out of breath from the workout. keep that deep breathing going until you feel that breathing starts to subside. So nice, long, full, deep breaths. Don't hyperventilate little short breaths. The deeper the breath, the longer the breath, the more oxygen you're going to get into your system. All right, we're going to switch sides here in just a second. And bring that right arm across, grab with the left, up to that neck as close as comfortable. You should be feeling it across your upper back. If that's a particularly tight area for you. If you have a lot of flexibility in the back of that shoulder, which a lot of people do from lots of sitting in front of a computer or playing on their phone. But just roll it around, find what's tight for you. All right, we're doing a quad stretch next. So standing up nice and straight and tall. Left leg comes back. If you need to lean and get something, do so. But if you can, just use balance for this. So standing straight and tall on one leg, opposite leg gets pulled back, heel to butt. Pull that knee back behind you so that quad jumps in there, starts getting a good stretch. You might even feel it in the front of that hip flexor. Keeping that torso straight up and down. Breathe normally. And switch sides. Right heel to butt, or opposite side you were doing last time. Pull that knee back behind you again. Torso straight up and down. No leaning forward from your back or from your hips. Raising nice and straight and tall. Sweating. It's been a good workout. Alright, let that relax. We are doing a toe touch next. So feet just about shoulder width apart. You can go straight down to flat back first. Hold it there. Once you feel that tension in your hamstrings, just hold there for a second, and then round forward for the rest of the stretch. Try to keep those legs locked out straight. Very slight bend. Don't let them overbend. All right, stand back up. We're doing a wall chest stretch next. So fingers facing back behind you. Find a wall or door frame. Fingers back behind you, about shoulder height, and then turn back on that hand until you feel it jump into your chest. You'll feel a little more stretching the palm of that hand, the forearm, walk across that arm a little bit more. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Switch, fingers facing back behind you, open that chest up, get that stretch in your chest. You want a little bit more stretch in your forearm and your palm of your hand. Just walk across that arm a little bit more. Try to get that arm kind of out from back behind you. We'll put more of a flex on your wrist and the left on your shoulder. Just remember to keep pulling that chest open. Alright, we're doing IT band with an overhead stretch. So right behind left. You're going to just lean away from that rear leg. Arm over your head. Help stretch it out. You should get a good stretch all the way through that torso. You should even feel it a little bit into the outside of that thigh. Feel free to get a little extra step on there. Extra step across with the front leg. Do the same thing on the other side. So, left leg is going to lean away from that left side. Opposite was you want to go around. Lean that torso, get a good stretch, a little oblique, lean up to that shoulder. Should be feeling a little bit into the outside of that thigh, the outside of your knee, maybe outside of the ankle. All right, down on the ground, we got one more to go through. This is a cobra. So hands, base of rib cage. We're trying to do a nice full flex here. Arch up as high as it's comfortable. Try to straighten those arms out if it's comfortable for you. Pull those shoulders down, back behind you. Look up towards the ceiling. And let that relax. All right. That is the end of this workout. It went by super quick. I'm nice and sweaty. Actually feeling even a little bit jelly through those legs, so this has to be a pretty good return on just a few minutes worth of work. So if you need to, make sure you get a little bit of a snack in to recharge. Make sure you get some water in, especially if you've been sweating a lot. Otherwise, the workout is complete. Thank you for watching, everyone.